Hannah Baker and her life story. It surely touched millions of people around the world, struggling to adjust to an unsympathetic school environment and her desire to fit in. The show directs attention to the wicked reality we live in. Started from the famous line, "That smile, that damn smile." The show left us binge watching it over and over and over, saying we want justice. From weird phone calls to underage tattoos, these are the 13 details you never noticed in 13 Reasons Why. Number 13. The Day of Spring Fling Dance. The teen drama touches on all kinds of sensitive subjects, such as bullying, slut-shaming, suicide, rape, sexual assault, and perhaps the most horrifying school shooting in history. It certainly opens up doors to discuss these heavy but important issues. Is it dark? Yes, it is. Is it the wicked reality we live in? Of course it is. But did you know that April 20th, the Day of Spring Fling Dance, just happened to be on the anniversary of the Columbine High School massacre? Oh, and the ending leaves us with a ton of unanswered questions, and with poor, devastated Tyler reaching his breaking point? Well, after all that happened to him, it was kind of normal. But Clay stops him right before he does anything drastic. Do you guys think he should have stopped him? Is there another way for Tyler to get the justice he deserves? Number 12. Underage tattoos. 13 Reasons Why first season received a lot of opposed opinions. While some enjoyed the portrayal of sexual assault, self-harm, mental illness, and suicide, others think that the show is triggering and offensive. Well, regardless of this, Netflix made a second season. Let's discuss a characteristic that is featured throughout the series. We're referring to the overabundance of the underage ink. I mean, who is tattooing these teens? The 16-year-old character, Susie Bacon, has 2 tattoos on her throat. You have some explaining to do, Netflix. Let us know what you think about all the illegal ink. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. It helps us a lot. Number 11. Blue nail polish. This one gives a deeper meaning to manicure. The blue nail polish plays a huge role in the series. Clay Jensen listens to Baker's suicide story on 13 cassette tapes. If you were paying attention, you might have noticed that Baker used the blue nail polish to paint the numbers on each tape. Oh, and she wore that same nail polish the day she died. Now let's elaborate on this further. When Clay received the Polaroids from an unknown source, along with the cryptic notes about the crimes of Bryce, they were written with the same freaking blue nail polish. The exact same shade as the polish used by Hannah to label her tapes. Weird, huh? Number 10. The photo on Hannah's locker. A note that says, "I miss my Snapchat friend," is left on the photo on Hannah's locker, which, by the way, is really weird. You certainly remember Clay sending really cute bunny notes to Hannah in episode 7. Even though she had no idea who sends these cute notes, they were the only thing that kept her thinking positively at that period of time. Well, the bunny note is seen in season 1 on Hannah's locker. This may be one of the reasons for the rage and sadness Clay felt when the locker was taken by a new student. Do you think Clay was the one leaving the bunny note on her locker? Number 9. Sid and Nancy. The rebellious couple. Jessica and Justin had a weird relationship. In season 1, we can see the couple dancing together at a costume party dressed like the infamous punk rockers Sid Vicious and Nancy Spungen. In season 2, Justin sends her a postcard and addresses Jessica as Nancy and signs off as Sid. Sid and Nancy both had unfortunate deaths. They both struggled with heroin addiction. You can see the similarity with Justin and Sid here. Nancy was found stabbed to death in their hotel room. Sid was arrested for her murder, but released and died from an overdose before his trial. Let's just hope Jess and Justin don't end up like this. Number 8. A fan of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's weird appearance in 13 Reasons Why left a lot of people thinking, "Oh, I've seen this poster somewhere." A familiar visage appears in the background of episode 10. While characters Taylor and Sherry are talking in the high school hallway, the picture behind them includes a blurry image of a poster. And yes, it's a poster of Taylor Swift's album cover. This shouldn't be shocking news, knowing that the producer of the show, Selena Gomez, and Taylor Swift are really good friends. So this may point to their long-lasting friendship, and even though Swift doesn't actually visit Selena's set, we can still see her presence. Number 7. Posters on bedroom walls. It is said a production designer's job can be considered well done if the audience doesn't notice it. Well, that is unless you have an eagle eye for catching details, and you notice the two characters, Hannah and Clay, both have the same poster on their bedroom walls. It's the Arcade Fire Reflector Tour poster. There are actually 2 Arcade Fire posters in Clay's bedroom and 1 in Hannah's room. Plus, in Alex's bedroom, you can see a Joy Division poster. Justin's walls show off love for action movies and the Raiders. Quite interesting, right? Number 6. Tape timestamps. The biggest fans of the show are picking apart every detail from it, just to see if they can uncover any hidden meanings. Let's start with the fact that the camera filters are getting much darker these days, now that Hannah is no longer there. But this next detail is sending a really powerful message to the audience. At the end of Season 3, a group of students are called to give tape depositions in Hannah's parents' lawsuit against Liberty High School. When Zach reads November 10th, 2017, it's a date that hasn't happened yet. That tells us that some of the events on the show took place in the future. To be more precise, the series isn't implying that the events took place in the future. It's just a symbol promoting a message of hope. It suggests that we still have time to make a difference in people's lives. Number 5. Mike and Ike attraction? This detail is not too easy to notice because it's seen in 2 different seasons. In Season 1, we can see that Clay really loves Mike and Ike's candy. Yeah, whatever, it's not like this detail is in any importance for the developments of the show, but in Season 2, we find out that Zach really likes the candy too, always ordering it whenever he visited Hannah at work. So was Hannah attracted to guys who like eating Mike and Ike's candy? Maybe this is a sign that Clay and Zach have other things in common too. Number 4. Zach's PIER phone call. After Bryce is declared missing in the first episode of Season 3, a lot of students end up in suspicious scenes. The most doubtful is Zach calling Bryce all freaked out and filled with concern. The next episode doesn't explain anything about the phone call at all. But we understand, with all the drama, it is easy to forget about one lousy phone call. However, fans tied this phone call with the penultimate episode where Zach beats up Bryce on the pier for hurting Chloe and breaks his leg. Zach came back to see if Bryce was still there, and when he saw that he wasn't, he immediately calls him, panicked. Number 3. Hannah is number 1 on Clay's Dollar Valentine's list. Did Hannah love Clay? This is one of the most important questions asked throughout the series, but everything fell apart because of Hannah's pain. Clay is a character with a pure soul. His only intentions were to be with Hannah and to see her happy. Before Clay tears apart the Dollar Valentine's sheet, at the top of the list, Hannah held the number 1 spot. So heart-wrenching. But why didn't he say anything? He literally worked with her at the movies of all places, and we saw that he'd rather ask Hannah about gum scraping than ask her on a date. Number 2. Warning about the future. In Liberty High School, the bathroom stalls have a lot of graffiti on the walls. And of course, that's the place for detecting hidden messages, especially in a high school such as Liberty High School. In one scene where Clay leans his head against the wall, you can see the 2 phrases, "Don't let the world bring you down," and "No means no," which basically foreshadow what's to come in the rest of the show. "Don't let the world bring you down" refers to how Hannah was letting other people control her point of view, which were the reasons for the suicide. And "No means no" is about Hannah and Jessica being raped by Bryce. Number 1. Project Semicolon Tattoo. Grammatically speaking, semicolons are generally used to mark pauses in a sentence, and you probably didn't come here for a grammar lesson. The symbol has become linked to mental health awareness and suicide prevention throughout the years. The Semicolon Project was found by Amy Blue, who took her own life. The idea is that a semicolon symbolizes a pause, not the end of a sentence. Now things are getting clearer as to why the tattoo artist inked the inside of Clay's forearm with the phrase, "a semicolon." And who's it for? And on that note, we end this video. But hey, do you know any other secret details we forgot to mention here? You can tell us in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.